We just closed on this property and it's estimated to give us 9% cash on cash returns despite today's high interest rates. Stick around and I'll show you how. Hey guys, I'm Tracy, co-host of Bite Size Investments, where we teach you how to become financially free by acquiring multiple cash flowing assets. We are traveling right now visiting relatives, therefore this hotel room background. And I just wanted to pop in to tell you guys that we just closed on another home run deal just before arriving here. What is so great about this deal is that it gives us 9% cash on cash returns despite today's very high interest rates. We've heard so many people tell us that it is impossible to find any good deals with today's high interest rates. But if you've been following our channel, you will know that that is definitely not true. We like to use this rule called the 1% rule, meaning that the monthly rent should equal to 1% of the property purchase price. So for example, if I buy a property that costs $200,000, I expect it to be able to fetch a monthly rent of at least $2,000, which is 1% of $200,000. So in a year, that would translate to a 12% gross rental yield. So even with today's high interest rates, as long as the cash flow can cover the high mortgage rate, can cover your expenses like your property taxes, your insurance, and your repair buffers, as long as there is some cash flow left, what you get is still a property where the tenant is paying off your loan, paying off all your expenses, and you're holding on to an appreciating assets that still gives you cash flow every month. I want you all to remember this quote: marry the property, date the rates. During COVID, when the interest rates were very low, there was so much demand, so much competition that all the properties were selling above market value. So which is better? Buying a property at a high price with a low interest rate, or buying a property at a low price with a high interest rate? So think about it. Once you buy a property, you locked in that purchase price, you've paid that price, you cannot change it anymore, forever. Whereas for interest rates, you can continue to refinance to bring rates down over the years if you find a better rate, if rates normalize. So, there is no right answer, right? The most important thing to do is to calculate the cash flow, do your homework, do your due diligence, do your calculations, and see if the deal still makes sense. There are pros and cons of both sides. Personally, I think it is great with high interest rates where we can buy undervalued properties and lock in that low price that will be fixed. Like once you buy it, you got it at a low price. And the interest rates may be high today, but who knows, right? In the next few years, rates can go down. Alright, so as promised, here are the numbers on the deal that we just closed on. After negotiating 10K off the purchase price, we managed to lock in an undervalued purchase price of 110K. The down payment was 10K, closing cost 1K, and renovation another 10K. So altogether, our capital input was 21K. The annual gross rent in this area is expected to be 14.4K, while annual expenses, including the mortgage payments of both principal and interest, is estimated to be 12.6K. This brings our net rent every year in cash to be $1,800. And for just a capital input of 21K, our cash on cash net rental yield is $1,800 divided by $21,000, and that's 9%. If we include the principal paid down in a year, our rental yield is actually 13%.
No way!
Plus, the properties in this area are actually selling at about $175,000. We managed to get this deal at $110, firstly because it has wear and tear, so the condition is not very good. And secondly, because of the negotiation, because of the high interest rates, there's lower demand, we managed to negotiate down the price. So what this means is that by spending a total of 100K for the property, 10K of renovation, that's about 120K, our property, if we go to a lender today, will be likely appraised at 175k, meaning that we made an instant forced appreciation of over 50k. So what is the key takeaway? Do not let high interest rates scare you from finding good deals. There are still good deals out there, and in fact the high interest rate is giving you more negotiation power. Always work your numbers. Buy under value, make sure it still cash flows even at a high interest rate because you want to protect your downsides. And in future, refinance when rates normalize to increase your cash flow further. I want to know what you guys think of this deal. Was it a great deal? Please leave your comments down below. You can also check out this video and this video for other number breakdowns of the deals that we have bought. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I'll see you in the next one.